I'm not too concerned with this being interesting or anything like that. I just wanted to talk. I feel like this is me having my good luck Charlie moment, but whatever. First topic of conversation, beef is really good. Like, I don't know, I'm having beef for dinner. I didn't want to edit this, but it seems like I'm gonna have to now after I just ate and chewed on that beef. But anywho, I was gonna make brownies. I was never gonna make brownies today. I just got the brownie mix out. I want brownies, but I don't want to make brownies. But I'm not gonna buy a brownie because I have brownie mix. Dilemmas, okay? And I have a few set topics of conversation that I just talk about with everyone all the time. Not all the time, but it's just like topics of the week, whatever's relevant at the moment, but can't really think of anything now that I'm just by myself. Because usually in conversation, you can bounce back and forth, but there's nothing for me to start off from with this. I paused the other recording and I started this one, and I think I was like watching it back, and it's really funny to have like the absolute terrible camera quality and like the relatively okay mic. It's like feels very like, I don't want to use this word, but like intimate is the only thing I can think of, and not in like a weird way, but just like close. It's like I could like reach out and grab you. There's my mic. Grab you. So I have a whiteboard wall. One wall is a whiteboard because it has whiteboard paint over, but that's not the relevant part. Usually I would keep it pretty like blank if I wasn't using it for anything relevant, but it still has my schedule for finals on it, which I think is really funny, and it's good that it doesn't give me PTSD because I have generally good final results, and there's also weird chemistry and a pattern for a stuffed animal cat that I was gonna make my friend that I never completed. It's hard to set out time for things these days. It's easier to do things where you're just like, oh, just 10 minutes, just 5 minutes. It's like the things that you do when you like on your phone first thing in the morning. It's like opening up the books app and reading a random like fanfic that you found on AO3 and downloaded, and it's 3,900, no, it's 3,630 pages long, and that's just all you do for 3 days, even though you do have actual work. I also, yeah, it's like scrolling is really easy that way because it's like if you know it's gonna take you a long time to do, then you don't want to do it. But scrolling, you're like, oh, I'm just checking my notifications, and you see a post, and then you start scrolling kind of like without even thinking about it. And you're like, oh, just one more TikTok, and then that turns to like 50, but that's just cliche at this point. I think the idea of like original metaphors and like cliche metaphors is really funny because it's really hard to tell which ones are like acceptable in certain moments. It's like the cliche planned college essay one. Like I read one with a tulip. I read one with, I forgot what type of flower it was, but it was another flower, and it was like about moving to Pakistan. So it was like, oh, I used to live here and I was the seeds when I came to Pakistan, and then I grew up and became a plant, and it's like a trope because it's like I haven't read that many essays, but I've read two of those. And then there's like the moment struck me like a bolt of lightning. It's like a very commonly said phrase, I think. But I don't know, I don't think it has like the same vibe as like cliche metaphors, or like what's another cliche one that like what's an emo one? Oh, you know what I think is really fun actually? I think it's fun when people acknowledge the cliche of a funeral where it's raining and it sort of like acknowledges itself. I don't know, I was reading All the Young Dudes and I feel like it's done there where Remus is like, rain was like the only acceptable weather for the funeral. When someone tells you that a fanfic will break you, believe them. And yeah, the other related part to this is don't tell your ex Snape wife, ex Marauders fan that you're reading a particular iconic fanfic because chances are she will have read it and she will spoil it. And not out of like the terribleness and evil of her soul, but just because she was talking to you about it and she thought you finished it and then you're just sad and then you never bring yourself to read it even though you know you would have loved it and you've loved it so far, but you're just leaving it on a happy note. Anywho, I find that I'm kind of like addicted to talking to people around this time. It's like 7 p.m. to 12 p.m. I have to call like two people. One person who I call every day and then the second person like varies, but you know, I have my set stock of people. Oh shit, I was gonna play Stardew Valley with one of my friends and it was a whole ordeal. So my cousin like lives in Turkey for most of the year because he goes to like college there. So he has a Turkish bank account and a Turkish address. So we can use the Turkish Steam store, which is like, you know, because he like lives there. So it's like, okay. So since I am just using like his card to pay for my games as well, my account was also switched to Turkish because we share a lot of our accounts because of this stuff. Like he plays these days on my Fortnite account because he like sold his because he had a bunch of like rare skins on his old one and this guy like paid him for it, which I think is really funny. But anyway, what was I saying? Right, Stardew Valley. I was gonna play Stardew Valley with one of my friends, but now he's like busy, so I don't think he's gonna play Stardew Valley with me. I'll ask him. Maybe he'll be who I call today, but I need to write my 350 word essay before I do that. The essay topic is going to be, I think I can pick. So either I write the hardest one first or I write the easiest one first, but the two easy ones are really annoying. But at the same time, it's just like the usual talking points that I just have to like reiterate. And I'm sure I have essays already written for them. I can look around. The annoying question is going to be who has made a significant impact in your life and in what way? Limit 350 words. What do I say for that? It's like a cop out would be one of your parents, and it's not even like, yes, it's true. It's true for everyone. That's kind of just the nature of parents, unless you don't have them. But even if you don't have them, they still kind of have that effect, but it's like not directly. But it's like, that's a cop out. It's a cop out. I think it's like mushy and it's cheesy. So, and it's also, I don't think it's as true as, it's not what they're looking for. It's like, yes, my parents made me who I am, but that's not what you're looking for in like a college type essay. Like, that's way too sappy. You could say grandparents, I think. So like, I think in the I think in the order of acceptability, it's like a person you know who was like a mentor, then it's like a stranger who was a mentor. So kind of like if you really like the specific author and they really affected like your entire trajectory of your life since then. Like let's say I read Percy Jackson when I was in 4th grade and now I'm going to be like an archaeology major and I want to go to Greece and stuff. That is a time when I can say like Rick Riordan has made a significant impact on my life. Riordan? I don't know. But if it's like random, I don't know, right? So that's the second level. Then I think it's parents. Then I think it's friends. And then I think it's like partner, significant other. I think that nobody really wants to hear about that unless it's like, yeah, no one, I feel like no one wants to hear about that. It's like, oh, I had a boyfriend in college and no, that's bad. Let's be like, Like, imagine like a feminist activist, okay, but he's a man, and he's like, I had this girlfriend in high school and she turned me into a feminist, so she like made a significant impact on my life. But it's like, nobody wants to read that. It'd be like an exciting little story and it'd be fun to read, but I feel like it wouldn't be as valued as a similar like mentorship type essay, you know? Also, what I'm a bit sad about is that I changed my pillow cover like literally yesterday with my favorite pillow cover because the other one had been on my pillow for too long and I felt like it was giving me a breakout. So I switched it, but then it was switched the day after because like my mom changed my sheets. No, it's not. That was a lie. I'm appealing to Western audiences, but I'll explain something to you about Pakistan. If you don't know this about Pakistan already, it's that here there's like a big culture of like domestic staff. So like literally like everybody has like someone kind of like not everybody, but like you get the drift. You get my drift. So like someone who works in my house changed them. My cousin just texted me. She's a funny gal. Anywho, yeah, so I'm sad about that, but at least I'm not gonna get a breakout. But like, this means that I won't be able to like use my favorite pillowcase for like a while. So that's really sad. And I also haven't used my favorite sheets yet since I've come back from staying at my grandma's house. It has dinosaurs on it and it's really comfortable and I love it. But now I'm using like my not as nice, not as soft. You know how they get softer as you wash them in the washing machine? Yeah, these have only been used like this is the third time probably that they've been on my bed, and I don't like them, which is probably why it's only the third time. Also, I only got them at the beginning of the summer, and wasn't even living here for like the entirety of the summer. Like I had not been here in like 3 months between like January 9th, not January, what am I saying? June 9th to July 20th. No, no, wait. August 20th is when I came back to my house. Yeah. You know, I still remember the date that my flight was for when I moved to Pakistan in 2019. It was August 5th because I have it marked in my calendar as like the day the world ends or something, or like death day. Let's find out actually. We'll go to August 5th. The day life flipped. Okay. Nothing that dramatic. There's also Creation Day. Wait. No, why isn't Creation Day coming up? Basically, on my calendar, there's still a date where I decided that my room was going to be like a separate country from the rest of the world, and I was like the sovereign leader, and my sister was like the vice leader. Like, we were a monarchy. I was like the queen, but she was like the vice president of the queen, you know? And I literally had like a whole family meeting with my like 3-year-old brothers, my parents, and they were like sitting on my floor with my sister, and I was like, this is gonna be the day. And I had like this like hole puncher that was shaped in a star as a star, and I was like, this is gonna be like the official seal. And I like wrote out some laws, and since I wanted to like remember Independence Day, but since it wasn't Independence Day, it was Creation Day, it was called Creation Day. That was a fun time. Also, for as long as I've had a desk, it was either looking out the window or it was facing the room. Like, I don't like my desk facing the wall. I think it's like so suffocating. Even windows are suffocating because like there's like the wall like right there that makes there's less flexibility, you know? So my room has always looked vaguely like an office because I have like a day bed, which is basically just like a bed you can convert into like a sofa looking thing. And at my old house, I had like a lots of throw pillows and everything, and they were like purple. But I don't have throw pillows here, so it's just like a sad looking bed. But I also love it because my mattress is like literally the best mattress in the world. Like, you don't understand how nice my mattress is. Anywho, so yeah, my desk is always facing like outwards into the room. So basically, I was like sitting at the desk for Creation Day and I felt like a CEO. Like, that's what I had in my mind. Also, oh my god, when I was younger, I wanted to be a millionaire. I wanted to be a billionaire. I wanted to be the next, not Elon Musk per se, maybe like Zuckerberg, maybe like good old Zucky. Maybe not Bezos. He was he's been bald this entire time, so I didn't want to be like him. So, Yeah, and then I became a communist. I was like in my rich era, and then I immediately shifted from my rich era to it's immoral to be that rich. So now I don't think I actually need that much money, especially if you're like supporting yourself and you don't plan on like having a whole ass family. It's like, do I need 6 figures to just live by myself? And not even live by myself. My ideal living situation was like to be like that group of friends in Australia that like became a commune together, and it was like, you know, oops. I just want to be like that. I want to just live with my friends and have like a shared lounge and a shared kitchen, but everyone else has their like own like separate areas. Like that'd be so fun. That'd be amazing. But none of us want to live in the same place. Two of my friends want to live in the UK and they're doing law there, so they're probably gonna be like stuck there. Well, they can't come to the United States basically if they're doing UK law. And then my other friend just wants to go anywhere out of Pakistan. Same with my other one. So, but also I don't think they like the UK. And also I don't vibe with the UK. And it's like, what if I have to come back to Pakistan? What if I come back to Pakistan? We could have like a commune in Pakistan probably. Like we could do that, but like nobody wants to like live here full time, so it's like not possible. We are definitely headed to different sides of the world, as are my mom's friends. So that's gonna be really sad. But there is one friend who I'm hoping to stick with and live with forever and ever, if you catch my drift. So yes. You know, if my mother sees this, she's gonna know like exactly who I'm talking about. Mama, it's Iman. Yeah. Anywho, I don't think she'll find this. Whatever the case, I have one piece of beef left. So we can end this together with me eating my beef. And then we'll just call it a day, I think. Yeah, 15 minutes, good enough. No. Oh my god. This is so difficult. Oh my god, I got like a fat piece of ginger on it. I don't want to like put this over my laptop, but can you see the fat piece of ginger? It's like right there. Like look. You can see it better over my hair. Ah! Oh my god. Rice fell on my laptop. All is good though. I don't want rice to fall on my bed. Beef is so good. Did I tell you my beef story? I don't think I told you my beef story. I don't know what distracted me from my beef story, but I was gonna tell you my beef story. So basically, you know how the meat industry is one of the biggest contributors to greenhouse gases in the like out of like all the little sectors and whatever? Basically, back when I was at the peak, no, I did say this. Yo, I think I did say this. I did say this. I remember looking over at my Half Earth Socialism book. Really good. You should play the game too. The game is fun. Kind of boring, but a little fun. Like put on a podcast with it. Like the podcast for Current Affairs magazine that Troy Vitesse and like Drew Pendergrass. Like oh my god, Drew Pendergrass. That's like the exact name of someone who would write a book on environmentalism. It's like it just fits. It just fits. Anywho, what was I saying? Right, play the game, but put like the Current Affairs podcast episode where Nathan Robinson interviews the two of them. It's like one of my favorites and I really like it. And it also introduced me to like utopias, so I want to read like the works of like William Morris and Edward Bellamy because I heard they're really good. And also I've heard of like H.G. Wells being talked about as like a super famous science fiction author and like someone who also dabbles in utopias. But man, his books are like bad. Like The Invisible Man was fine. Like it had its exciting parts. It was bearable. But The Time Machine was like so weird. And this is coming from someone who spends time on AO3, okay? It was weird. Like and not even like a little time on AO3. I'm also like chronically online. So imagine what it takes for a chronically online AO3 user to call something weird. It's like legitimately strange, okay? And not in like, oh my god, so quirky, so fun strange. It's like monster fucking strange. It's like he has a strange relationship with like this. I've always imagined them as like blobs. I don't know if they're actually blobs. But whenever I read the book and he like goes into the future, everyone's like a happy blob, and there's like this female blob, and I can't in my I just can't I just can't. Maybe it's my imagination making the book weirder than it is. But also just like the man himself is strange. I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like him. And he's so condescending. He's such a man. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. Also, has anyone noticed that all the quirky, not quite completely straight men like wrestling? I have never seen a 100% straight man like wrestling and talk to me about it. Maybe I just like don't talk to completely straight men, but like it's a trend. I can hear people who are outside, so if they can hear me, it'll be horridly embarrassing, like horridly, like especially if they hear the straight men part, like that would not be nice at all. Like it would not be nice at all. But anyway, we carry on. I'm not gonna say we ball because I think that's cringe, but at the same time, I really want to say we ball, but like we carry on. Bro, one of my friends sent me so many like wrestling reels that now I get like a combination of our two algorithms. Not reels, but like posts, if you want to be technical about it. But anyway, he literally infected my reels. Like I was scrolling and all of a sudden I got like gay wrestling reels. It's like there's this woman who looked really emo and she was like wearing like a corset or something. And she like pinned this woman down in a specific way. Like, let me show you. It was like this person and then like this person, right? So then she's like pinned, but her like legs are like, I'm not doing this properly. Wait. So like, we have like the two wrestling people, right? And then she's like, "Wacha, wacha." And then like, if we imagine like this is like the leg part, then we do like, then she like folds her legs back and like lies like between them. It was really like sexually coded, and people in the comments were talking about like queer baiting, but it's like, is that not just like sexual harassment? Like, I know wrestling is staged and everything, but like, are we sure it's staged to that extent? Like, are you sure it's just not harassment? Harassment? Oh, I can't believe I just said that. Disgusting. Okay, bye. Do I want to say bye? Yeah, bye. I'll talk about my god books next time. I'll give you a tour.